Hey everybody, Nick with Davis Electric here. Wanted to go over something that we see quite a bit. We see people trying to compare the price on different battery systems that either we offer or someone else offers, and it's difficult to compare battery systems when you're not comparing the same brand of battery system. And I'll show you why. So we do the Tesla system. It's not saying it's the best system out there or it's the only system that's viable for you, but here's why it's not good to compare the two. So you can see here from my Tesla app that I've got 4.2 kilowatt hours of solar being produced right now. 3.6 is going into the battery, 85% charge on my battery. 700 watts is going into my home and 0 watts going into the grid. Very simple to see this graph. You can see exactly where everything's going. It's real simple to follow along with. You can go down here to the energy tab. You can see what my solar energy production is today. Or no, that's yesterday. This is today. This is yesterday, the day before Monday. So you can see exactly how much energy is being produced by the solar. You can go over here to the battery tab. You can see my level of discharge down here. Got down to about 69%. It's being pushed energy right now. You can see, exactly day to day how deep the battery goes and how quickly it charges. You can go here to the home tab. You can see the outflow of energy from either the grid or solar or anything. This is consumption from the house. You can see Monday, see yesterday, and here's today. You can see the grid. I have nothing from the grid back or forth today. Only exported yesterday, exported the day before that. I exported on Sunday, exported on Saturday, 0 on Friday. So it's very easy to follow along on these tabs, just these 4 tabs down here at the bottom. Then we come back out of here. The impact is just showing how you've been using your energy and how much money you've saved and stuff like that. The settings right here, the only setting the customer ever needs to look at is the Powerwall setting right here. You can see how much I have set up for backup reserves and how much I have saved for self-power. Self-power just means how much am I going to let my battery fill up and discharge throughout the day. I'm going to, 80% of it is being used throughout the day, 21% here, 20% right there. It's easy. You can just slide this. I can save every bit of my battery now for a backup situation. If a storm's coming, I can simply slide that to 100%. If it doesn't have any solar being produced, I have down here grid charging right here, so I can allow to fill the battery from the grid. It's a good option to have set up because if a storm's coming and it's 10 o'clock at night, I don't want to have 50% battery. I want to force feed the battery to 100% just in case something happens. This is the only option that you really have to worry about. You just slide this back and forth. I keep mine at about 20% where the recommended is. Down here, I don't have a vehicle charging. Storm Watch is another option. So I can click this on. It will, based on my geographical location, it will watch for storms and it will fill my battery up if a storm is coming. It will force feed my battery if a storm is coming and it won't let me use my battery. I don't have that turned on. I want to be able to do that manually for myself. But, and then what else we got? Not really anything here. The only other setting is just go off grid. I don't recommend ever pushing this button. It's really not, doesn't do much for you. It's easier just to turn off your main outside at the gateway. But so here's the whole Tesla app. This thing is very simple, very easy to use, very user friendly. It doesn't take but 20 minutes for me to explain this all to the customer, and then I never have to explain anything to them ever again. The support tab down here, you don't need support. You have, your installer should be the only support you need. And then I'll just show it to another system I have on the customers pulled up real quick. So this is another system that we have. We didn't install this. It looks like they're having a fault right now. We didn't install this, but this is a system that we've taken over. The customer wasn't happy with the original installer, so we've taken over and we've fixed a couple of things for them. They're still having issues. This is a very, very complex system. This is a EG4 battery with a Sol-Ark inverter. You can see here, I think it looks like they have the system disconnected from the house. I don't see any grid load at all. The battery's 12 watts. Not much is being produced, sent into the battery. The battery's full is why it's not being produced. But so this is, you can see here, the graph is complex. It's difficult to follow along with, but I'll show you how this customer can change their settings if they wanted to save all of their battery in case of a storm. So you come in here, it's a master and slave setup. So she's got a master inverter and 2 slave inverters. Slave 1 looks like it has an issue with it. go in here, look at the events, an arc fault. Okay, I'll have to give her a call and see what's going on with that. But come in here, we can go into the master inverter, we can set parameters. This is how difficult it is to set parameters on this system. So up here at the top, you have battery settings. We can go into battery settings. Look at all these settings that this customer can change on their battery. This is, I don't even know how to do most of this. So right now they have it set for 25% depth of discharge. If we were to take that to 100%, save it all, we would have, we'd do that, change it to 100% and then save the setting. I'm not going to mess with that for her. I'm going to leave it at 25% for her. Get out of here. This is the system work mode. This is how the system operates, how fast it charges, how fast it discharges, your different times, different time of day that it's going to discharge and charge. This is all something the customer can control. This is an insane level of responsibility for the customer, and they have no training on this. It takes me a very long time to navigate through this. I typically get tech support on the phone whenever I'm doing a system like this, just because it's very easy to screw up and then the customer's left with a bad setting for several days until we can figure out what the problem is and get it resolved. And then we have grid settings right here. This should be very simple. UL 1741, 60 hertz, 120, 240 volt, split phase. Should be very simple, but the customer has access to an incredible amount of information. The settings in here are, the frequency settings. This is what we're talking about. It's hard to compare systems whenever you're looking at the simplicity of the Tesla system and the complexness of most of these other systems. We've installed 10 or 12 different systems now, and the only one we recommend is the Tesla system. We'll install anything you want, but it's difficult for us to say it's going to work the way you want whenever it's this complex. And, based on the temperature of the room that you have the batteries in, you have to change settings. This is just a lot more work than the customer's wanting to get involved with, when the Tesla system will do exactly what this system will do with zero complexity. So we go back over here to the Tesla system, and this is their home screen. Very, very simple. This is another customers that I have that I'm monitoring today. It's a very, very large system. He's actually got two gateways, two systems on one home. He's got a 400 amp service. So this is his first one. And this is his second one. He's making 40,000 watts of energy right now. Not hardly any of it's going into the grid. Most of it's going to the home and then charging the batteries. But this is how simple the system is to navigate and how complex the other system is to navigate. Just wanted to throw that out there, show you guys, comparing apples to apples is the main key whenever looking into these things. The Tesla system is not cheap. It's not the cheapest out there, but it's because of this right here. It's because it is the most simplistic system out there. It has the most technical backing. It's the easiest to operate for the customer. It's it's a good looking system. The batteries are very slim. They're 14 kilowatt hours, just like most of these other batteries. They're all trying to mimic this system, but they cannot get their back end, their computing, their system to be as simple as the Tesla system. So if y'all have any questions, attach it to the video. You can message me. I can try and make another video, answer any questions for you guys. All right, thanks.